everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bonnie and this is Happy Space Creates. If you are new here, hello, welcome, thank you so much for joining me today. And if you are a regular watcher, welcome back. Thanks for coming. I'm here in my living room today. It's a little bit more casual. I'm not in my sewing space. I just wanted to feel a little bit loungy this afternoon. The lighting is like super bright. It's that afternoon kind of glow. It's good for selfies. I'm really sorry if the lighting is shocking, but it's getting to that time of year where the sun goes down a little bit earlier, and I'm trying to sort of make videos after I finish work when I have time, so I think we're just gonna have to work with as much natural light as we've got. I am not in any me-made clothes this afternoon. I know, shock horror. I have been working today and I wore this to work just because it looks nice and smart. So these are all shop bought ready to wear clothes. So sewing community, please don't hang drawn and quarter me. I do still shop in regular shops. I can't make all of my clothing. I wanted to share with you a makes video today. I haven't done this in so long. Basically this is everything I made throughout the summer. I haven't done this in so long because it has just been a crazy time for me, and to be honest, most of my sewing was done in like the odd half an hour gap that I had here and there, so I didn't really have a lot of time to sit down and talk about what I've made, or quite often I was making something for an event and I was working like right down to the minute to try and get it done. So I've made lots of things and I wanted to share them with you because I realised I haven't done that in so long. But before I go into it, I am curious. I was wondering whether you enjoyed the monthly layout of what I made this month, or whether you would rather see a my week in sewing video. Because sometimes I feel like I have really proactive, like busy sewing weeks, where I want to talk about the patterns that I like, what I've been making, any small successes, or fails, because there's those as well, but also like when it gets to like the end of the month, I feel like I'm just sort of being like, here's what I made, and I kind of forget to mention those little tiny things. So I'm toying with the idea of doing a my week in sewing video rather than a monthly video. Plus I don't want to put out really long-winded, like half-an-hour videos if you guys don't have the time to sit there and watch them. So please let me know in the comments down below what you think you would rather watch, a weekly sewing video or a monthly sewing video. I love to hear your feedback. So let's get into it. So first up, quite a while ago, so this was back in August or July, I made the Frankie wrap skirt by Made Label Patterns. I am going to insert some videos and pictures alongside all of these things that I'm talking about. I haven't actually got the items with me because they're tucked away in my wardrobe and I don't want to make a mess. But yes, I made the Frankie wrap skirt by Made Label Patterns. They are an Australian brand. And it is actually a free pattern. Now, if you want to hear more about this, I did do a pattern review video at the time, and that is, I will clink it up here for you. But yes, if you want to hear more about that, the finer details of it, I do go into it more in that video. But I made the size 8. So this is a free pattern download, you just get it from their website, and I printed off the size 8. Now, just one thing to clarify is that I thought I was doing really well and being all skinny and stuff, but they are Australian sizes, so it is probably a regular size 10 or 12, which is what I would usually be, so I wasn't drastically skinny, it is just Australian sizing. So yes, I made the size 8. It is a swooshy, floaty, frilly, beautiful wrap skirt. I love this actually. The fabric that I made it in was from Minerva, as we all know. I love them so much. And it is a viscose fabric. It was quite a bargain, I think. I think I got it for about $6.99 a metre. and I used 3 meters of it, I think. Now, when I bought this fabric, they actually contacted me and said that they didn't really have enough left, and they were just sending me sort of like remnants. So it all came in about 3 different pieces, but I think in total I had about 3 meters, and it was more than enough. I had loads left over, so I would probably get 3 meters of fabric to err on the side of caution. But yeah, here is my Frankie wrap skirt. I love to pair it with a casual black t-shirt or a black crop top. I think it's really lovely for the summer, but I am really interested to dress it up as well with maybe some biker boots and like a leather jacket. I feel like you could wear this so much. I absolutely love this pattern. It was really, really easy to make, and I will be making more and more of them next summer. I just feel like it's a really, really comfy pattern to wear, and the sizing is really generous as well because it's a wrap skirt. You know, if you're a person that like fluctuates in size like me, you know, time of year or whatever, it's really forgiving, so you don't have to do it up really tight or uncomfortable. So with my leftover fabric that I got from the Frankie skirt, I actually had enough left over to make this beautiful leopard print top. This is the Amelia set. This came from Simply Sewing magazine. It was a free pattern in, I think, their September magazine, I can't remember, but yeah, it was quite a recent free pattern, and I made the top version. And I literally used all of the last scraps of that leopard print, so it was a really good make to get quite a lot out of it. So the pattern is a simple blouse top. It has sort of like a short sleeve, and it also has these beautiful little ties that go around the waist, so that helps really cinch it in at the waist. It gives quite a flattering look. It has raglan sleeve as well. It's really super simple to make. I made it in one afternoon. Like I said, I used up all of those scraps of fabric. And yeah, and I was really pleased that I got another top out of it, because I feel like my Frankie wrap skirt is good for the summer, and then this Amelia top is going to be great for sort of like jeans and nice top, like drinks down the pub. I've already worn it loads and loads of times already, and I love leopard print. You can't go wrong with it. So yeah, that was my next make that I made. I think I made this in a size 14. That's just because I followed my size measurements on the back. To be honest, I probably would size down in another version. It is a little bit big, but I don't mind that so much. But yeah, I probably would size down, especially like in the neck side. It feels a bit gapey at the front. So the next thing I made was my dawn dress. So that was the McCall's 8104. This got a huge amount of love over on Instagram. I made this for a friend's wedding. She had like a festival themed wedding, which was so cute. And this dress, it was a jewel colour, like a teal. And I just loved it. I'm really all about those kind of colours coming up into the autumn season. Now, one thing I will say about the dawn dress is that it has been an extremely easy and simple make up until the neckband. So everything with this dress was going perfectly. The fabric was sewing like a dream. It cut out really well, and everything was going pucker until I got to the neckband. And basically you can't really see it on the pattern picture, but the button placket and the neckband are all the same piece of fabric, so like you join all the pieces together, so it's a long length to get matched up. So I did struggle with this. I did sew it on wrong twice. And I did sort of like fumble with it for a little while, pick it up, put it down, walk away before you lose your rag. But it turns out that what I did was, you know, like sometimes when you're sewing, you put things together and you put the pieces together and it looks right. Don't do that. That's not right. If I had the neckband and it curved and I was like, oh, that curve of that circle goes here, that fits, but that's not right. You need to do the smaller one, because when you turn it over, that then sits right. So I went against my better judgment, really, and did it wrong the first time. And the second time you do it, it doesn't look right, but it is right. I had quite a few people message me on Instagram after I had posted my picture, because people were like, that looks amazing, I am stumped on this pattern. McCall's patterns aren't great at instructions. Like, I feel like if you're a beginner sewer, like, the indie patterns provide you with so much more instruction than these pattern companies do. Like, I don't know if there is like some rule in it that they're only allowed to give you one piece of paper for instructions. I feel like there should be a petition for better instructions for this. But yeah, it's a great pattern and I do really want to make it again. I think I don't want to leave it too long because then I will forget that that was the issue that I had. And then I'll make the same mistake again. But it's a lovely, lovely dress. This was a free pattern that came in Love Sewing magazine. You can purchase this separately. You can just go to wherever you want to shop for your patterns. I will leave a link down below as well. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous dress. I love it so much. This is a perfect dress for any occasion. It has grown on sleeves, so there's no like sleeve seam. You have a seam that comes down the top here. Funny story about that. As I was finishing the dress and finishing like the hand sewing, cutting off all the loose threads, I snipped a hole in the sleeve right here, right, you know, like the silk is like buttery soft and it just slipped its way through my scissors. And yeah, I cut a hole in it. But luckily, because the top of the dress is quite like blousy and like loose fitting, I just made this seam a lot smaller so it covered the hole, and then I did the same with the other side. So it didn't notice, crisis averted, but when I cut that hole in it, my stomach dropped. I literally was like, no, especially after all the fiasco of the neckband. So yeah, this is a fantastic pattern. I think it's great for any occasion. You can make this daytime, evening, like it's a really versatile one, but just persevere with the neckband. It is worth it. I feel like once you've done it once, you will be like, I can do anything. I can do this. I am a sewing extraordinaire. But I got a lot of compliments for this dress, so I was really pleased with how it came out. Yeah, funny story is one of the bridesmaids was wearing a dress almost like exactly the same colour, and I did feel a little bit like a bridesmaid, but you know, I rocked it. I styled it out. Viscose, blah, 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 blah. So next up, I made my Tilly and the Buttons Lyra dress. I tried so much to hold off on buying this pattern. I kept seeing everyone's versions of it come up and I was really like, it was like an internal struggle. I was telling myself, don't buy any more patterns. You have so many that are on your list. You don't have enough time to sew at the moment. Don't do this to yourself. And then I kept seeing everyone's versions come up and I fell in love. And yeah, so I obviously purchased the Lyra pattern. Thank you. I love Tilly's patterns. Tilly and the Buttons patterns are one of the first patterns that I bought when I started sewing. The instructions that they provide with you are so clear, so like detailed, the pictures and everything. I just think if you're a beginner sewer, that's where you need to start, not these patterns with their one-page instructions. Although I do like McCall's patterns, don't get me wrong, but you need more instructions. So Tilly's patterns are fab. They fit me well. I believe that their designer block is my size. Like, so basically every pattern I make fits me great straight out, with hardly any alterations. Now, I watched Becky's video from Notes from the Sewing Room. She did a pattern review on the Lyra, and so I was watching these videos beforehand, and Becky actually sized down rather than making her usual size. So I did the same. Basically, I copied. I am usually a like size 4 in Tilly's patterns if I want it to be like a comfortable fit. With the Lyra, the top half is a very blousey, loose fitting top. So I actually made the size 3 in the top half, and then I used the regular size 4 on the bottom because I am like wider at my hips, and where it is sort of like a like loose fitting skirt, the bigger size I added to the ruffles and everything. So in hindsight, I probably, like, the 3 is the right size. It's a little bit tight around my arms. So I have a couple of options. I might make it again. My next version, I might make a size 4, or I might do like a bit of an adjustment on just that section just to make it a little bit more roomier. But I love how this dress turned out. I used some lemon print fabric from FabricLand. It is 100% cotton. It was a little bit stiff to start with, but now it's been through the wash, it has softened up. I think I used the interfacing that was I think the interfacing is too much. Should have probably used a lightweight interfacing, but I think I went for like a medium weight. The collar's very stiff, but it has loosened up a little bit now I've put it through the wash. But yeah, I love this. I made it for the summer. And then the weather turned, so I haven't really had the opportunity to wear this too much yet, but I'm hoping to get lots of wear out of it on my upcoming summer holiday. So we're going to Cyprus for 2 weeks, which is exciting, and I'm hoping to wear it then, because I feel like if you can't wear a bright blue and yellow lemon dress in Cyprus, where are you going to wear it, you know? I made a little belt to go with this as well to cinch it in at the waist, because that is my smallest point and I like things to be flattering around there. This is a super cute pattern, I love it. I'm going to make another Lyra for the winter months. I just feel like this is a really good like daily wear pattern, so if you're considering going for the Lyra, you should definitely get it. And then of course, after I had fallen in love with the Lyra pattern, I immediately went back to my old faithful, the Rosa dress. So this is another Tilly and the Buttons pattern. You hear me talk about my Rosa shirts quite a lot. It is one of my favourite patterns, if not my favourite pattern. I've made this pattern quite a few times now. I don't know what it is, but I'm really into like collared items, like shirts, blazers. I just like that, and also I really enjoy making collars. There's something really satisfying about it. I think when you get that like nice neat point, like it's really satisfying. So I've made quite a few Rosas now, and this is my first ever Rosa shirt dress. This is hands down probably one of my proudest makes. I feel like just everything went well, and that's why I love the Rosa pattern, because I've made it so many times. I feel like I can make it with my eyes shut. No adjustments needed. I've done all of those. The pattern is just there ready for me to use. So this fabric is from Minerva again. It is some camouflage fabric, and I saw a dress like this when I went shopping. I don't know which shop it was in, or I maybe saw it online, but I was seeing a lot of camouflage print. It was Tesco. I saw it in Tesco. There's a lot of camouflage print out at the moment, and I really enjoy that. Like, I really enjoy that utility kind of vibe. But the dress that it was in Tesco wasn't really my silhouette. So I thought, I'm gonna make one that is, because that's what we do. That's our superpower. So yeah, I'm really proud of this because I took some inspiration and I made it my own. And I added a couple of extras to this pattern. I did like a belt, and I made belt loops for the first time. I don't know why I've never made belt loops before, because they are so easy to do. But yeah, I made belt loops and I put like the little belt loops on. And I also did some turn up cuffs. So that is part of the pattern. The Tilly pattern includes an option for turn up cuffs with the little, what would that be called? Flap? I'm sure there's a technical term for it, but like a little turn up flap. So yeah, I made those, and again, the collar went perfectly. This is like a perfect sew. Nothing went wrong. The other thing that I did was I added jeans buttons. I didn't know what these buttons were called. I was on Amazon for ages trying to Google them. But yeah, they have like authentic jean buttons with a hammer and everything that I had to use. And I felt like such a badass using it because I was just banging them in. And I loved that. And I think that those buttons, the jeans buttons, gives it like a really authentic feel. It feels really expensive in a way. But it just feels really authentic, and I was really pleased that I ordered those and I waited to get it right. So yeah, that was a couple of firsts added to my old faithful, and I love this outfit. I wear it a lot already. It's been through the wash so many times because I keep wearing it. So I actually can't show you that one because it's already in the wash. So yeah, that is my Rosa shirt dress. So next up, I made the New Look 6449. Now, I have lost the packet currently for this pattern. I never do that, that's really irresponsible of me, but I've only managed to find the instructions under the pile of fabric that is in my sewing room. But this was the New Look 6449. Now, I wanted to have a project where I could get to use my overlocker. Now, if you have been a regular watcher of my videos, you will know that I am not the bestest friends with my overlocker. I bought one about 2 years ago and we were moving house, so it immediately went up into the loft and I haven't really used it. So I wanted to give a more professional finish to a lot of my projects, and so I dug out my overlocker, and to be honest, I am not friends with it. Like, that is just, I am drawing the line there. I'm not friends with it. For some reason, it keeps coming unthreaded. I've broken numerous needles in it. Things just haven't really gone that well with it. But I wanted to really keep persevering because at the moment I don't sew anything in stretch or knit fabrics because I just get anxiety about it going wrong. So this pattern, this New Look pattern, has a little t-shirt dress with pockets on it. Now, because I'm going on holiday, I thought I would make just a really comfy casual t-shirt dress to throw on at the side of the swimming pool. And to be honest, this came out really well. I'll insert some pictures right here. It is not the most flattering thing that I have ever made. It's a column type silhouette, so it doesn't really do anything for my figure, but throwing it on over my bikini at the side of the swimming pool is all that it is made to do, and it serves that purpose. It has cute little pockets as well, which I think is great for if I'm putting my sunglasses in them or sun cream or something like that. So yeah, overall this was a really easy project. The fabric is from FabricLand. I bought them in the same time as my lemon fabric, and I used 1 meter. It was like $3.99 for 1 meter, and I thought that was a real good bargain. Yeah, it didn't go amazing. I had a bit of a problem with the neck bands. I think I had made them too big, so I had to like unstitch it all, trim them down, and then that kind of sat a bit better. But it's still a learning curve for me using my overlocker. But overall, this was a semi-success. I'm not saying it's a success. It was a semi-success. But the most important thing that I did was I pattern matched the pockets. They are so pattern matched, my other half didn't even know it had front pockets. So that was a real achievement for me, I think. But yeah, that was my New Look shirt dress. So yeah, that went okay, I would say. I'm definitely going to be working on some more knit projects in the future. So yeah, let's wait and see how they go. So that is absolutely everything that I made throughout the months of July, August and September. There wasn't an awful lot that I did make. As I said, it was mega busy working for me in the summer months. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm quite happy with the amount that I managed to achieve and the fact that they overall all came out quite well. They are all wearable garments, which is what I'm striving for. I want to reduce my waste and make sure that I'm making things that I truly love and that are going to find a home in my wardrobe for a long, long time. So if you have liked this video, don't forget to give it a little thumbs up, and if you want to see more of what I do in the future, whether it be a monthly makes or a what I did this week video, do click the subscribe button down below, and if you want to get a little ding every time I release a video, just click that little bell button and you'll get a notification. And you can follow me over on Instagram, which is at happyspacecreates. I post there quite regularly of what I'm up to, my sewing fails and things like that. So head over to Instagram, give me a follow and say hi. But for now, that's it from me. I'm going to see you really, really soon. Take care. Bye.